Hello and good evening. This is your boy Von B, my main man Elton, the Noob Avenger, and this is the UN podcast. Haven't figured out what UN means yet, but how y'all doing? How are you, Elton?
I'm doing good. Can we still say Happy New Year, or is that long past?
Nah, dude, it's still like we're just 11 days into the new year, and I was sick last week, so yes.
Yeah, we could still say it.
But the title of the episode is Welcome to 2026. So
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
Yeah, welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, anybody who's listening. My old chair is squeaking, it's dying. Like it's gonna I need to replace it this year. But so part of the thing we probably should get into is anything you are looking forward to this year.
The Avengers?
Dude, they're like it's December. There's nothing.
Well, that's this year, right? Doomsday.
Right, but there's like nothing in between.
Oh, in the foreseeable future?
Yeah.
Uh,
You got the Game of Thrones stuff. You have Wonder Man comes on the 27th. There's Supergirl, Spider-Man. What else is coming out?
I was a sucker for the Mario movie. I might look forward to that.
That's coming out.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, something.
There's a couple of things.
All right. The remnants of past sickness. So periodically, I'm just gonna have to mute while I clear my throat, so I'm not yelling in people's ears.
Oh.
All right. Well, I looked up some stuff. Did you know that they're making another Scooby Doo?
Wow, no.
Okay.
They're not gonna butcher it, right? Like what they did with
Velma?
huh?
You mean Velma?
With oh.
Yeah.
That I couldn't watch that.
All right, let me see if I can find it.
That was painful. Actually, just bring that up. I'm getting trauma.
Having weird flashbacks, huh?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay, here we go. There's a guy talking about it on TikTok.
I'm looking at you, HBO. Yes, please let me know. Brand new Scooby-Doo. Breaking news, there is a brand new Scooby-Doo cartoon being worked on at Cartoon Network. This next animated series is called Go-Go Mystery Machine, and it's a spin-off series that will take the gang to Japan. Shaggy and Scooby unwittingly release hundreds of mischievous mystical monsters. My God, that's a mouthful. That are now causing trouble all over the country. Scooby turns to his uncle Daisuke-Do and magical friend Etsuko and Gadget Riz Toshiro to help solve the mystery and catch the monsters. Now, this is all we know so far. This is the only picture we have. From what we can see, this might just be a Scooby and Shaggy adventure. Although it does say gang, so I'm hoping the rest of the gang is along for the ride.
All right. I guess this guy is supposed to be Japanese, but he looks like he's black Japanese.
Oh, okay, yeah. From
Yeah,
I can see that.
Flat top.
But like, is this Scooby's uncle? And I am loving this art style. It looks handmade. From what I can tell, it's going to be sort of anime adjacent. And I don't know if these are friends or if they're foes, but I'm loving the sashimi like visuals. You got the seafood, and then these are little grains of rice. Look, I am so excited. Please let me know. Are you excited for this? Because I know that I am. Along with the new Netflix live action show, I am so excited for a new cartoon, especially from Cartoon Network. We know they know how to do Scooby right. I'm looking at you, HBO. But yes, please let me know what you think. Are you excited? Are you going to watch it? And as always, thanks for watching.
He's very excited.
I could tell.
And he says he knows that they know how to do Scooby right. I'm like what? Do you remember anything Netflix related that's Scooby Doo?
No.
Right. So I don't know what he's talking about.
Exactly.
Man. So I did look at this before, and I'm looking at it like who is this for? All right, seriously. Kids would have no idea really who Scooby Doo is.
That's a
You're
crazy thought, but true.
right. You're changing stuff because one is basically the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo in Japan. Okay, why you couldn't pick a regular Japanese character? Don't know. Um, so it's like your Japanese show doesn't seem to have any Japanese people in it. I guess technically, yes, he is. You know, he's like Rory from the Lakers. He's Japanese by virtue of being born in Japan, but Japan is like 90 something Japanese,
Right.
right? And it's like, but hopefully all this stuff will work itself out where they stop doing stuff like this. There's nothing wrong with having him look like a Japanese person. He doesn't have to be mixed.
Hey, they already have like a Shibu Inu.
But it's like, dude, it's just like, please stop doing this. Figure out a way to make stuff that you're like, again, who is your average Scooby-Doo fan is probably gonna be closer to my age. And I'm like looking at him like I don't know why would I watch this, to be perfectly honest. Especially after Velma. So
I think as for the anime style ish,
mhm.
right? Maybe.
Yeah, I guess, but I seriously
It's
don't
not a
think
movie, huh? It's a series.
yeah. I
Uh,
don't actually think that they know how to make anything that will appeal to new audiences. That's the crazy part. It's like you're trying to appeal to like newer audiences who don't watch stuff like this. I don't know, maybe that's why they went the anime route. Figured that they can get the anime crowd to watch it because it's anime. Like, good luck with that. There's a lot of anime right now. So that's gonna get buried like amongst the crowd. I don't know. But they also redid Tom and Jerry in kind of an anime style too. So I'm gonna show you that. It's gonna show. All right, so it's in Gakko or whatever style.
Bell, bell, bell.
See, that's like I don't. That's another thing. I don't get who like this is for. I get you on the IP and you're trying to figure out what to do with it, but again, I don't know.
you
Kind
don't
of
think
weird.
anime is the answer.
No, because I don't know. I guess this probably like that the dude I showed you that he was on TikTok. He's very very excited, and I'm quite sure there's a bunch of stuff that you can show people. They'll be very 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 excited, but there's just not a lot of them, so it doesn't make any money. So I don't know, but somebody it's a bit of a transition, but somebody made an R-rated trailer for Zelda.
Well, that is a bit of a transition.
Well, I'm trying to like one of the things I want to do this year is not focus so much on the negative stuff, like politics. As soon as somebody start talking and it sound like they don't know what they're talking about. It's click next. This is not interested in getting into huge art like discussions with uninformed people yelling about stuff. You know, good
That's a
luck
good
to,
resolution.
yeah, you know, it's good luck to like the Scooby-Doo and all that stuff. Good luck with that. It doesn't appeal to me. So instead of really harping on it, it's kind of like voice my 2 cents, move on. Like, well, good luck, kind of thing, you know. But you may like this though. I saw a little bit of it. I'm not sure how I feel. It's AI. So, ready?
Mm-hmm. Oh, AI.
He said he'd return. That he was searching for something. But now, I'm all alone. I don't have his coach.
Your hatred gives you strength.
Please, find Link.
Pretty cool. It's like Zelda meets 300.
Well, I mean, like if you when you play the game, and that is pretty much what happened in the parts of the game that they don't show you. So like she gets captured, she's not gonna go down, especially since they made her more. They're trying to make her more of a warrior. So that's probably how she was captured. If a bunch of machines or whatever raid your village, yeah, it's pretty much what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right. It's just, it doesn't have none of Nintendo stuff to it. That's what I said. I'm like, I looked at it, I was like, okay. Yeah, I need whimsical.
Yeah, that one is more
The
I get
harsh
what you mean
reality.
with the whimsical thing. Yeah. It's more like not violent, I guess. I don't know. But
Well, I mean, I saw an article that kind of touches on like one of the creators of a comic book and how they see stuff and the way they think about things. All right, so like we kind of going from thing to thing real quick, but all right. All right, so the article is Absolute Batman scribe Scott Snyder says readers really want stories that feel urgent and speak to the hardships that people are facing right now. That is the problem. Is this guy thinks that, but that's not reality, right? So, you know anything about Absolute Batman?
no.
I know slightly more than you. So, right. Apparently, it's not. It's the name of the dude. Dark Side dies or something, and a universe is created based on like him or something. So everything is skewed. So this Batman, it doesn't have any money. So he's like broke. So he's broke Batman.
Oh.
And- yeah, and this is Superman. So he got this weird cape, this like partially Brainiac or some kind of weird thing. This is Wonder Woman. And this is Batman. He's basically like the Punisher, I guess. He just beats the crap out of people.
Oh, okay.
So this dude, like, I didn't really read the article because this guy doesn't. He writes. He's what you would think of a modern comic book artist, right? So, he rather rehash the greatest hits, plot lines, endless streams of variant covers, or cinematic universe synergy. What readers truly hunger for are stories about this moment. No, it's not. Like, no, people don't want that. So this comic book is popular in the sense of it's the most popular comic book now, right? Or at least in DC. But my analogy for that is you make the best Salisbury steak. It's like your restaurant used to sell prime rib and like New York steak and all that stuff, but now you sell Salisbury steak and you make the best Salisbury steak. All right.
Still a step down.
Right. But in terms of what you're selling, you're selling more than other people, but you're nowhere near what they used to sell. It's like the numbers for comic books right now are basically like even the best selling stuff would have in the 90s and the early 2000s, your comic book would have been canceled if you sold that.
Oh, ouch.
That's how bad. Yeah, that's how bad it is. So it's like this weird stuff where Batman is fighting the police on behalf of Antifa or stuff like that.
Oh, interesting.
Right. It's just like this ridiculous nonsense. So you're not actually selling well. But I guess if you're a teenager, you would think, oh, this is the best. I'm like, dude, I'm old enough to know when these things used to sell in the millions. You're not even close to that. So no, people don't want this. People want hey, if you can't figure out how to write a story that still follows the hero's journey and all that stuff and is not some nihilistic garbage, I don't know what to tell you. But it's like they're all the same way, you know. The art style is not. This is actually better than most of them. In the comic section is a quick guide to comic success by Scott Snyder. Step 1: abandon your passion projects and the thing that encouraged you to become a writer or artist. Step 2: write, draw about current events, politics. Example: Superman fighting ice agents in Metropolis, Batman railing against the rich in Gotham, Wonder Woman fighting a caricature of Donald Trump in Washington. Cast away the silly notion of escapism. Step 3: celebrate your dwindling sales and give life advice to struggling artists. Step 4: ignore the rising tide of manga. Ignore that manga movie just made $780 million, $100 million more than the highest grossing superhero movie in 2025.
Oof.
And tied with one of DC's top performing superhero movies in the last decade, The Batman. With these quick and easy follow steps, you too can be out of work in a decade when manga eats up the whole market in DC. Marvel will replace you with AI.
That's a little harsh, but on the nose.
Yeah, it just is. But like I was saying before, yeah, this is essentially like why all this stuff is like this is because the people who write this stuff is like him. Is you got some success, but you don't understand how much of the audience you have alienated. So hey, like the original TikTok dude, that dude's super excited about Scooby-Doo. How many people like him are there? Probably not a lot.
Yeah.
So hey, you got the I think this, I'm trying to remember what is paraphrasing this. Somebody said it's like you cast off 85% of the audience to appease 15.
The math is not mathing.
Hey, well, depending on whatever you are shooting for. So I've seen a lot of people who are basically saying that all of this stuff I forgot what they called the term, but the concept is if you encourage all the stuff that's destroying everything, eventually people will come to their senses. It's like they'll come to their senses when stuff gets bad enough, and it'll cause a reversion back to whatever, right? But I'll listen to somebody else talk about this stuff. It's like, no, what happens is most people will just learn to accept reality as it is and don't actually try to change anything because it is what it is about everything. Because like you don't know what you're missing if you're missing it. Like if you never experienced it, so you have no idea what you're missing.
Right.
People can tell you. I can tell you all about how this was and that was, and
But
whatever.
you don't know
like,
that feeling.
you have no clue. Like, I wish I could find. Hold on. There was a thing that I looked at a while ago, and I'm gonna find this. It's kind of like a sure. It's not dealing with like comics or whatever, but it's more dealing with just the viewpoints of like life viewpoints, right? And I don't know if I can find it though. And I remember what this dude's name is, but he was talking to his friend that he does a podcast with, and he was doing the whole buy your bootstrap stuff. And I remember getting into a conversation with someone about that because at the end of the day, that's basically all you can do is just okay. Here's the guy. See if I can find his. Come on. All right. Channel. No, but it's like the reality is the whole buy your bootstrap stuff. I mean, that's just what reality is. But trying to explain that to people who don't really have that, like they don't really have that concept of what you're talking about. So they don't. So it comes across as kind of condescending when you say that to them, even though you mean it in a way that's gonna actually that you think is gonna benefit them. It's like, yeah, I better find it. But it's like, in order for you to improve yourself, you just got to deal with reality, and that's what the whole thing behind them buy your bootstrap is you just tie your shoes up, put one foot in front of the other, and whatever is in front of you, you just keep on pushing, right?
Mhm.
And that's easily understood when you have a framework to understand it. And the gist of the conversation was he had said something about bootstraps, whatever. So they cut the commercial or cut whatever they were doing, right? And his friend who's younger than him is like, I'm tired of hearing you say that. Like, so he's like he was getting, so the guy he said it to was like he was getting mad. It's like, bro, it's like, what are you dealing with like right now? Because you're he's a young man. Said when I was your age, I was in Iraq and blah blah blah. It's like you don't like you talk about like your life is so hard. Like, dude, I was getting shot at and all those other things. So what he explained to him, so what the young dude explained to him was, you got to be like a man, like, and people came back and they recognized you and all this other stuff. I got to deal with the absence of any of that and any, like, if I try to act in the way that you did, that gets denigrated right now, and I get called all kind of names or whatever. So it's like I feel like I don't even have like that as that whole feeling, because if I act like that, then I get talked about like I'm bad. I'm not I'm not really saying it all the way right though, but it's back to what I was saying was is a disconnect between generations where they literally do not understand the concept of what you're talking about. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like they haven't experienced like, that kind of hardship and like, kind of maturity too.
Right. So it's but the reason why I said it is just like how when you look at all these artists and all this other stuff, it's like their frame of reference is broken or something. It's like really weird. But you got to have sympathy for them because this was placed upon them in the last 20 years or so, where their natural inclination towards how they do stuff and how you're supposed to act was smushed down so hard. So they'll say stuff as like, even though there's plenty of evidence that is the opposite of, like, people don't want to read stories and see movies or TV shows that are current day. It's like you're supposed to make a timeless thing so that, it's like the Odyssey is coming out this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very old story, but you can still retell it because it's of its time, but it's a how to say this. It's of its time because of when it was written, but the way that it is written, it's just a story that can resonate with people at any part of history. They
No
will get
matter
it.
the time or the dates or
Right,
that's true or the people.
right. And that's the same thing when it comes to like music and older music. Yeah, the style is of what was popular at the time, but the way that the song is written and performed and all that stuff, it still resonates with people 20, 30, 40, 50 years later. All of the stuff that is made right now is stuck in the time period that it's created and from a frame of reference that is not bigger than the time period that it's in.
Wow, yeah, that's so true. Like people can still sing songs from like the 80s, the 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think, the songs that they're playing now on the radio, I don't know if people will be singing that in the future.
No, it is so much of it's do you remember the original Shrek?
Yeah.
Shrek, I think, is the beginning of all of this stuff because that is it's so dated that a kid right now who watches the first Shrek, one, the animation is going to be weird because it's early 3D animation, but all of the jokes in that movie are of that time period.
Time.
So if what would a 10-year-old know about the Matrix and bullet time and all this other stuff? You're like, why is everything slowing down? It's like, what is going on?
How come shows like South Park and The Simpsons that, poke fun at pop culture at that time,
Mhm.
but even if you rewatch it like now, the old episodes, how come they could still hold up?
I think it's how you write it. It's like, all right, like
Yeah.
the Puss in Boots movie, like the last one that came out,
Mm-hmm.
that one is written in a way that it could be timeless because it's some of it is of the time and all this other stuff, but it's just the way that you write the stuff. You're poking fun at the time period. You're not
Oh yeah,
necessarily
you're right.
you're not
Not like living in it.
living in it. So, but
Yeah.
I'm making fun of it. So the jokes. So if I write a joke that's funny and it's just funny, it's not wholly dependent on stuff that future generations won't get because it just doesn't happen. It's like if you see somewhere they're making fun of internet cafes, like what kid is gonna get at
Get
what?
that.
Right? It's like what is that? Like then you got to sit there and explain. It's like no, well the internet wasn't everywhere, so you had to go like why would you do any of that?
That's so hard to get that
Right.
across.
Right. So if you make a movie that's a romantic comedy, you can make a movie about a romantic comedy in an internet cafe where the internet cafe is just a backdrop and not necessarily the that pushes the story along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I watched it, but do you remember You Got Mail?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's a Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan movie. Has it's like it's a romantic comedy. It's tied into AOL. That's what the whole You Got Mail.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, I don't know if I watched it, but I kind of remember like hearing about it.
Yeah. So I mean, I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't know if it'd be like because I would get all the inside jokes and the humor and on that kind of stuff. I was just like, it's stuff like that. It was written as a modern comedy, but it's like I had to explain, like, for you to get what I'm talking. Like, you didn't even recognize me just saying You Got Mail. If I said that to somebody else my own age, they'd be like, "Oh, okay," because they know AOL and they know all this other stuff. It's like, don't write stuff where 10 years from now you gotta explain a lot of stuff to people.
Yeah. I think that's the problem with like the newer episodes of like Family Guy and The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, for like the last 10 years or something, because they're like their episode, the way they are writing it, like the references, they're so in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's hard for people to get it like further down the line, or even like currently, even if you are living in the current era, if you don't like
Mhm.
keep up with the current events and stuff, it's like you won't get it.
No.
Whereas like even the older episodes, you could rewatch them, and then even if you don't fully quite get the reference, it's still funny because I think, as you said, they're poking fun of that time period.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting tightrope to walk, but if you can pull it off, you can make a classic. Yeah. Yeah. Did I tell you how long the Doomsday, like a rumor of Doomsday is supposedly going to be?
Yeah, didn't you tell me it's like 3 hours and 45 minutes or something?
Yeah, it's like
That's nuts.
yeah, that is crazy. Man,
Better have a strong bladder.
hopefully they'll do an intermission because that's what they used to do.
Oh, oh, really?
Yeah, like
Oh,
if you go back like old, that's what the Looney Tunes and all that stuff was for. They would show them at the beginning of the movie, and you
uh-huh.
watch like the movie, and then it'd be like an intermission, and then it would like show something, maybe
Oh,
Tom and Jerry or something like that, or one of those, and then it would show the rest of the movie.
I don't remember attending like a movie in a movie theater with intermissions like that.
Yeah, you maybe your grandparents, bro. So yeah, so like Gone with the Wind, something like that. They would have an intermission.
Ah,
Yeah, so they would show like at the beginning, they would show Warner Brothers would show cartoons, Looney Tunes. So you would watch, yeah, there's no TV, so you would watch Looney Tunes in the theater.
oh, interesting.
Yeah, such is life. All right. So there is a rumor of them possibly canceling the Blade movie. And that he is going to be part of Midnight Suns, which to me is crazy because people have heard of Blade. Most people probably have not heard of Midnight Suns. So
Midnight
Mahershala,
Suns.
Yeah, it's all right. DC has that concept is called Justice League Dark. So it's like all of the occult characters, you know, the magic
Oh,
users and all that kind of stuff. So it's the same thing.
like Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange,
Uh,
Blade,
okay.
magic from the X-Men,
Oh, okay.
Moon Knight. So it's and somehow Wolverine. It's like I don't know.
Oh.
It's like on every team. I don't know how that works.
That's funny.
Right. So the latest industry insider, Jeff Snyder, who reports that Marvel Studios has scrapped plans for a standalone Blade film and will now introduce the character as part of a team-up movie instead. He will not be introduced in a solo movie, he said on Hot Mic. He'll be introduced in Midnight Suns. This marks yet another twist in a long troubled development of Blade, which was first announced nearly 7 years ago at San Diego Comic-Con. All right, despite the Oscar-winning winner Mahershala Ali attached since day one, the project has faced constant setbacks from losing directors to scrap the scripts and major creative overhauls because they refused to just make a Blade movie. It is the same thing as the Scott Snyder guy. They keep trying to modernize and do this and do that and girl boss it. And they have one with this dude, which is going to be like a side character in his own movie, which did not work out very well for the third Blade movie. That's what they did in the third Blade movie because they wanted to introduce like that team as their own like franchise, like a branch off franchise.
Ah.
Yeah, that's why it didn't work because Wesley Snipes was like, "What the hell? Like, why are you making me a sidekick in my own movie?" But he was not happy.
I think I've seen the second and third ones. I'm not sure.
The third one, it is basically Triple H found Dracula in a pyramid in Egypt or something.
Nice summary.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like, hey, okay. Yeah, then Ryan Reynolds was running around being Ryan Reynolds. That's basically
That's the movie.
Right. I mean, I didn't hate it as like a lot of people did, but it was it's like, and they didn't have the director of the first two to do this one. It was like a whole thing. It was just like, yeah. So see, like, oh yeah, and Ghost Rider is in that group too. Marvel is darker, similar Blade, Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, others. He's already introduced characters like Moon Knight and Werewolf by Night. Yeah, most people didn't watch the Moon Knight TV show, so if you put him in a movie, they will have no idea who he is. And you didn't even do that correctly, because essentially the way Moon Knight is supposed to be, he's a mercenary type dude who's kind of like Batman, but in Marvel. But of course, they had to like there was some dude who wrote in the later issues of Moon Knight, and so instead of him having different like he dressed up as different people as disguises, they decided to make all these people like a mental breakdown. So he had multiple personality disorder or whatever, which was stupid. And this was the middle of the Me Too movement. So, of course, they had a stunning and brave woman to show them how it's done at the end of the movie. So, do we have any comments on this? Yeah. So, it's just like they somehow can't make this into a movie. I don't get why that's so difficult.
Yeah, it's a movie for its time back then. It's hard to make movies like that now.
Dude, I watched Dictator yesterday. Do you remember that?
Oh, The Dictator with Sacha Baron Cohen?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
No way in hell, in any capacity.
Oh, there you can make that movie now.
Yeah, a Jewish guy pretending to be a Muslim guy who hates Jews. Yeah, dude, I'm looking at it like I'm laughing my ass off because it's funny, but it's like
No way.
there is no way in hell that you can make this movie now. You couldn't even shop this script.
Yeah, for real.
The amount of jokes, the fact that he was calling all the black people sub-Saharan,
Oh, dang.
like,
It was a funny movie.
yes, it was. It's like back when they used to make funny movies funny.
Like yeah, that's so true. Like genuinely funny.
Yeah. Funny is offensive to somebody. But they're trying to make everything so that it is inoffensive to everybody, but at the same time, they're offending everybody.
Isn't that true? And it appeals to nobody.
No. So you got all these commercials where everybody is in a mixed relationship for some reason. It's like, okay, it's like maybe 10, 20. It's more now, but I think it's like up to 20 or whatever. But it's not that many. Like most people, when they get married, they marry someone who's in the same like group as them. But can't do that, especially if you're white. Can't have two white people be happily married on anything because somebody will get offended. It's like stop, just stop. From there was a James Bond game that's coming out, and the director came out, like the director of the game came out and says that they couldn't make a James Bond game based on his character traits, so therefore they had to modernize him for a modern audience. So it's like, so you're not making a James Bond game then.
At that point.
Right. You're doing something else. I truly do not understand it. Why do people don't understand that? If you change the fundamental aspects of character, you're no longer making a thing about the character. You're just making your own thing and you're shoving it into a caricature of what the character is. It's like, how do you not understand that? And you can't figure out why you can't get anybody to watch the stuff. Like, that's why. So as soon as you said that, I was like, oh, okay. So I'm not buying this game.
There goes like 90% of your potential audience.
Right. Hence to my previous statement about the Scooby-Doo thing. Who is this for? Kids will not be interested in this. Same thing with this. Same thing with the Star Wars stuff. You're making stuff that's not appealing to your customer base. And then you are shocked and stunned when you don't make as much money as you think you should.
Let's make a movie that no one wants to watch. Wait a minute. How come nobody wants to watch it?
Dude, do you remember I showed you that article a while back of it was like 2 weeks difference of the Charlie's Angels? This movie was not made for men. And then like 3 days later, how come men didn't come watch this movie? Hey, bro, you just told you told everybody not to not watch it. So when they went, okay. So you see stuff, it's like, okay, is looking like maybe there's enough of people in Hollywood and these gaming companies are starting to understand what they did or what's going on. And then something happens and like, nope, they're not listening. Apparently, there's a Star Wars. There's another Star Wars movie coming out besides the Mandalorian and Grogu. You know that, right?
I think so.
Right. So it is Starfighter with Ryan Gosling.
I think I remember hearing about it.
Right.
That's not coming out this year, right?
I don't know. There's a lightsaber duel in it, and Tom Cruise stopped by to observe and ended up helping shoot part of the scene with a digital camera, jokingly invited by Levi, but fully embraced by Cruise, who waded into Muddy Pond to get the shot. Said last week Steven Spielberg was there. Now Tom Cruise is wielding a camera, ruining his very nice shoes. I have no idea what this movie is going to be about. It still takes place in the sequel universe. So they're still in this section of Star Wars that people, that your customer base cannot stand in any capacity. So it's like, dude, that's what I said. It's like you hear something, it's like, okay, it sounds like they're slowly starting to get how this is not working. And then, like, I don't even know what this will be even be about. Like, you don't. So
I think its success might have to do with how the Mandalorian and Grogu movie will do. Like if they can reel people back with this year's movie, like maybe there will be some interest for that one. Like at least people will be talking about it. There's some buzz about it.
bro, the fact that like it is pretty much confirmed that Kennedy is gonna be gone soon, and they talked about it for like maybe a day. So the one thing your average Star Wars fan was hoping for the last 5-6 years is finally happening, and hardly anybody talking about it. That is how much of your customer base you have lost, where they don't care. The people think that the opposite of love is hate. Like, no, the opposite of love is apathy. Because hate,
that's way worse.
Yeah, hate means you still care.
You care enough to hate it,
right?
To dislike it,
right? They have pushed people into like whatever.
Apathy is just like, wow, total indifference. You don't care about it at all.
Right. So like, yeah, you just don't care. And I think more and more people are getting like about so much stuff. Like, remember I keep like I was telling you before, is Bud Light scared the hell out of these companies, because typically the way that it worked is people would be about whatever, and then about a month or two your sales goes back up because people still go back in the thing. Sales did not go back up. It was like, I'm done. So once people get to that point, it's like you can announce whatever you want. Okay, well, Kennedy's gone, but you didn't fire nobody at Lucasfilm. You still got the same people there. So what's like, there'd be no difference, because the same people are gonna be writing stuff. The same people who think that people want modern stuff in their things. People who still think that people are interested in girl boss stuff. I was looking at like on the TV at work, they had a Tyler Perry show that just looks like he decided to make Empire again, but with a female. She owns a strip club, so it's like a bunch of male strippers. Dude, she's having a conversation with these two dudes about some chick wanting them to beat up or shoot or whatever, her husband or whatever, right? The entire conversation happens in the club. Both of these dudes don't have any shirts on. So then they're all oiled up having this conversation, and she is threatening them. These yoked, big, beefy dudes are being threatened by this 5'3" woman who weighs like 105 pounds. They wrote it like it's Terrence Howard having a conversation with these guys. It's like the reason that the character worked in Empire is because Terrence Howard he's not huge, but he's big enough where he can pull off, I will fuck you up if you don't do what I want you to do. I will come over here and hit you upside the head. And you know that because you've seen me do this before. All right. that is not believable when the person who is saying this is 5'3".
And for those reasons, I'm out.
Right. So it's just like this is just retarded. So there's so much stuff. The one thing I was hoping for, and we still got about maybe another year or so, because it usually takes like 2 or 3 years for all the stuff that was made at a certain time period to work itself through the system. It's kind of like why you're seeing you're still seeing the girl boss stuff, but you're seeing less of it because it has to work its way thing. And then you got to wait for the stuff that they wrote after the realization that, okay, this is not selling. So that takes a while for that to start coming out. So the trailer for Doomsday is an indication that was like, okay, you don't like none of these new characters. And even though the small group of people who are fans of these new characters are screaming and hollering on Twitter right now, we're going to ignore them because they didn't make us any money. So, I don't know, dude. It's just like I'm gonna try my best in terms of just dealing with nonsense is to ignore most of this stuff. You know, all the people yiping and crapping and yelling about stuff. All right. There's not really much else to talk about. Do you want to like? I think they're gonna do all of Wonder Man. I think at the same time. You have any interest in checking that out?
Yeah.
All right, because it looks kind of interesting. Because apparently at the point where he's at in the show, they are making you sign an agreement. Did you watch the trailer?
I saw the trailer.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Is like they making him sign. He has superpowers. They didn't really get into like how he got them because they've changed so much stuff. Because he got his powers from Baron Zemo. So I'm not sure how that would factor in, even though Baron Zemo exists, but he's not the same as the comic book. So he's not like he's a villain, but he's not what he is in the comic book, who would have a castle where he's making superheroes or superpower people. Then they have his brother is briefly in the trailer too, and his brother in the comic book is this villain named the Grim Reaper, who is Simon's number one villain. So I don't know how that's going to work. Because in the comic book, he has a scythe. His hand was cut off, and he has like a blade attached to it. And he wears like this weird, like helmet thing. So I don't. That trailer actually made me somewhat interested in at least seeing the first episode.
I would agree. Yeah.
The first one was kind of like, okay.
It comes out later this month, right?
Yeah, the 27th.
Oh, 27th, yeah.
Yeah, so we can check it out, see what's going on and all that fun stuff. And then like after that, we have the Game of Thrones spinoff, the Night thing. So that should be cool.
Oh, that's this year too, huh?
Yep. Right now, Fallout is playing and no one is talking about it.
I didn't know it's still playing.
Yeah, dude, they get like new episodes. So it is new episodes every week. No, like nobody's talking about it.
Yikes.
Which is crazy. It's because people were actually excited for the most part, for that last season. Yeah, it was like, you know, it's one of those things where if you sat back and you analyzed it, you would see how so stupid everything was. So, don't know, man. So it's about put 55 in it so we can probably wrap up. Because I had a few other stuff, but it's mostly like gaming related. There's a hold on, I guess if I can find the trailer for this thing. There's somebody made a Starfield mod. You know the game Starfield?
Starfield?
Yeah.
Oh, you mentioned it, right? I think.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. It is 300 gigabytes.
Damn.
Bro,
Jeez.
all right. You like, all right, so I'll share it with you. I don't know how they're getting away with this.
This is a full Star Wars first-person RPG running in Starfield. Yes, it's kind of a mod, or more accurately, it's hundreds of mods working together, but there is a full campaign with a story, voice acting, character progression, just absolutely everything. This has completely blown me away, and it's called Star Wars Genesis. To be completely clear, this is a mod collection for Starfield that works as a total conversion. The person behind it has collected loads and loads of different mods and has been building entire campaigns for Starfield. And yes, I said campaigns plural because right now there is a kind of Rebel Alliance campaign that you can play through in the game, and they are working on an Empire campaign, and I think there's also going to be a Hutt Cartel campaign, and who knows what else. It definitely isn't finished yet. You can play through the Rebel Alliance campaign right now. It is fully voiced. There's a ton of different locations to explore from the Star Wars universe, but there are loads of messages all over the website for this, kind of begging people to wait until later in January to download it for themselves if it's their first time, because there's going to be a huge update.
Crazy, right?
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this goes back to what I'm saying. It's like, dude, what Lucas and Disney should do, instead of suing this person or whoever, what they're eventually gonna do, because like I don't know, maybe they haven't noticed that this was a thing, is like, we're gonna buy this from you. We're gonna get in touch with everybody who made a mod for this thing. We're going to polish this up and we're going to sell it. We're gonna go get in touch with Microsoft and say, hey, we want to sell this. And then finish it off, make a Rebel side, make a whatever, and then put it out. But they probably won't do it because it's based in the old Star Wars, not the new Star Wars that they own all the little bits and pieces. All the old Star Wars, they're probably going to have to pay people royalties and all that other stuff, and they don't want to do that.
Good point.
It's like, and so many corporations do this. Like Nintendo is infamous for this. They will not sell you old games. They're doing this streaming thing where you don't really own it, but they will go after every ROM, and you know what a ROM is, right?
Yeah.
Right. So they will go after every website that has ROMs on it and sue them out of existence, rather than just sell you the stuff that their customers want. They just will not do it. And it's like, there's so many of these corporations that do the exact same thing. They just refuse to do what their customers want.
Mm.
Refuse to make the games that they want. Refuse to make the TV shows that they want. Refuse to make the movies that they want. See, like this is the not a black pill year. I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna try my best to avoid any of the black pill type stuff. But sometimes it's really freaking hard when it's pretty obvious. That dude, it's like it looks amazing. I'm like, what the hell? Death Stars, and you could it's like just do that. Why you can't do that? They got like AAA games. They got beat up by games made by 4 and 5 people. One of the most the game that won the most awards last year was Expedition 33. They used to work for Ubisoft. They got frustrated at Ubisoft. They left because Ubisoft refuses to make anything new or different or touch certain things. They just won't do it. So this group left. They made a thing that's based off of the gameplay is kind of like Final Fantasy a little bit in terms of the, you take turns and you just pick stuff like that. So people clearly want that, but all these companies want live service because they make the most money. It's like
That's a good point.
like cell phone games, dude. Do you remember how good cell phone games used to be
Hmm.
when they actually sold them to you?
Yeah.
So I don't know. All right. New Year's resolution, no black pill this year. All right. Okay. No black pill. You or me.
Well, we will do our best.
All right. So what you about to get into, man?
Not much. Probably not sleep right away, but probably just like use my phone. Gonna try to catch up on Stranger Things. I'm like halfway through, so haven't finished it yet.
I think I got halfway through the second episode. I was like, all right, I'm good.
And the wonderful Marvel that is season 5. I'm hoping I think it's getting better.
That's a tough nut to it's bad enough all your child characters are 20-year-olds who need to shave every day, so then you don't see their
I
beard.
know.
Like the little sister who is supposedly in middle school just graduated from high school. So it's like, well, they about to run into that same issue with the Harry Potter stuff. So we'll see. All right. Well, I'm about to just chill out. It's been not a long day, but it's been a day. So on behalf of myself and Elton, anybody who has stuck around, listened to all us ramble on, mostly me, thank you and good night.
See ya.